But no, that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to try Winlink. What the F is wrong with me? So I saw videos on KM4ACK's YouTube page.
Good guy.
And he makes it look all so easy.
Just get a Raspberry Pi. You're good.
Do not believe him. He is a trickster. He only wants to mock you and make you feel bad about yourself because it never works as simple as he shows.
Jason does not want that.
Of course, I am kidding.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Jason, KM4ACK. So the audio clip that you heard at the beginning of this video was an excerpt from the Ham Radio Crash Course podcast. Leo was reading an email from a viewer that was frustrated over Winlink. And before we dive into this, I do want to tell you, if you're not following the Ham Radio Crash Course podcast, you don't know what you're missing. It is absolutely 4 fabulous hours each week of fantastic entertainment. But be that as it may, the emailer was frustrated over Winlink and trying to make his first Winlink connection, and he kind of made a joke in there that I make it look easy and I'm trying to trick you guys or something along those lines. Now, I know he wasn't serious, but I understand that it can get frustrating, especially when you're first starting out. So I wanted to make this video. I've made several others in the past talking about why Winlink connections are different. In fact, I'll leave a link to that video down in the description below, and why they're different and why they can be so frustrating in the beginning. But I wanted to make this video and show you guys that it plagues me as well. So I just happen to know kind of the best way to go about it to get around things. So I do want to jump over to the computer. I've got 2 video clips that I want to play you guys. One that was recorded earlier this morning, I think just before 8 a.m., and one that was recorded later in the afternoon, around 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got timestamps on these. But let's go ahead and jump over to these clips so I can show you how this affects everyone. So this is the first clip that I recorded. You can look right up here and see that it was 7:46 in the morning on April 5th. I'm using the ICOM 705 radio. I do have an external battery plugged up to it, so I'm getting a full 5 watts of power out. A full 10 watts of power out with that radio. Both of these clips that we'll be watching are going to be using the same radio, the same Raspberry Pi, and the same antenna. So nothing changes other than time of day. Now, what you saw me do right there with FL Rig was I narrowed the filter up. And I've also done a video on that, on how you can use the filters to improve your digital signals. I'll also leave a link to that down in the description below. I'm not sure exactly what I've done here for this, but let's see if I can get over, fast forward a little bit to where the connection starts. So you can see the radio is starting to try to make that connection to K0SI. And I won't bore you with all of it, but I can tell you that this connection will fail here in just a couple of seconds. I think with RDOP, that modem tries 10 different times to get a connection before it will finally give up. Let's see if I can just fast forward a little bit through this, and there you go. You can see right down here in the bottom that I was unable to establish a connection to K0SI. Now, let's go ahead and jump over to the afternoon video clip. Okay, so here we are again. This time it is 3:30 in the afternoon. You can see that right up here in the right corner, still on the 5th of April. I've just adjusted the filter once again for the 705. Again, it's the same ICOM 705. It's still putting out 10 watts. I'm going to try to make a connection to the exact same gateway using the exact same antenna. The only difference here is literally time of day. Now, it was still a little bit earlier. If I'd waited about 30, maybe 40 more minutes, I would have probably gotten a better connection. It does take it about 5 tries for my radio to get a response from the gateway. So I could have waited just a little bit longer and gotten a little bit better connection. In fact, during the actual exchange, there were several times that the stations had to repeat themselves to get good decodes. But literally, there is nothing that changed between these two connections other than the time of day. Now, I connect to this station all the time. I don't even try this connection except for certain times of the day because I know it's going to fail. If I'm going to do a video, well, guess what? I'm going to do it during the times of day when I know I can get a connection. Now, you can see that it is connected to K0SI, and if you've been paying attention, you might have to rewind a bit if you've missed it. We've gotten several red frames down there in the bottom right corner for the RDOP GUI. So I just wanted to take a minute and make this video so you guys would know that it's not just you. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. I've got a lot of experience doing Winlink. I do it on a very regular basis. There's hardly a day goes by that I don't make a Winlink connection. I kind of understand my setup. I understand the gateways that I'm trying to connect with. I understand propagation. And I understand when I'm going to have the best chance of making that connection to the gateway. If I lived outside of the city limits and I wasn't in a cul-de-sac and my noise level was S3, I would be able to make this connection on a much more regular basis and much longer periods through the day. I will say that right now, this is early April in the year. These times change maybe in the dead of winter, so it's going to shift a little bit as to when I can make the connection to that gateway. Again, though, if I'm out in the field and I'm in an area, maybe it's a Parks on the Air, or I'm doing a Parks on the Air activation, I decide to go ahead and jump over and do a Winlink connection. Most of the time, I've got a S2, maybe S3 noise level at the worst, and I can get those connections to go through to the Winlink gateways, even this K0SI, at times that I would never be able to make the connection happen from home. So it's going to depend on a lot of different factors. Hang in there, don't give up, and eventually you're going to find 2 or 3 gateways that you can connect with on a regular basis. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next video. Until then, 7-3.